Greetings, all you out there in Fantasyland, or reality, or the Wi-Fi world, wherever you may be. It's another Thursday night, and thus time for another Quiz Arena. You're here, joining me, Richard Lovegrove, for 4 rounds of fantastic fun and games, and not to mention prizes. Who doesn't love prizes? And this week we're lucky enough to have Krispy Kreme on board. That's right, ladies and gentlemen, the winner of our Quiz Arena tournament tonight will be getting a dozen of Krispy Kreme donuts. So yeah, that's always good, and glazed goodness is always something that should be relished by all. How is everybody out there? We hope you're all well. We've had some fallbacks in the week, and some people have been called off to emergency services and things, so it will be me for now, but we have a couple of different games that I want to try and play with, and of course whilst the doctor is away, Igor will play, so we're going to be trying out a couple of things and maybe having a couple of musical challenges in there. And for those of you who don't like necessarily musicals in the musical colloquial sense, I'm going to briefly try and get you in there with just some normal musical questions, hopefully tying in some sort of horror thing. Please do let us know if you can't hear us, or if there's any audio issues. I've been trying to rectify a couple of different things, which just reminds me right now, so that I don't have to do it later on, I am just going to do something in Zoom, which allows me that ability. Beautiful. Awesome. Great. So, yes, so we're hoping that everyone's having fun out there. Last week we had some fantastic prizes that went out to everybody. I think it was either costumes.com. If it wasn't costumes.com, it was Suicide Glam. We've had so many fantastic sponsors, and we should thank everybody. We also have had a couple of new additions. We have Escape Online Gaming, I think that's the right website, who have got in our description below a 15% off discount if you use the coupon code. I think it's QUIZarena15, that's in the description there. You can get 15% off your purchase off that website, which is great. And we also have Petsies, which is going to be coming up very soon, and they allow you to turn your lovable memories of your animals into adorable plush toys that you can cherish forever. So yeah, it used to be in the olden days that taxidermy was the only way that you could keep a plush memory of your animal or loved one, but nowadays that we have the internet and we have so many fantastic people being connected around the world that do so many cool things, it's not just an Etsy store away now, it's an online business, and so Petsies as well is out there, and so you can check those out too. So yeah, hello, Rhiannon Elizabeth Irons, good evening. Yes, you are surviving up there in Queensland, fantastic. We are as well. We sort of have, I think, as with all people in lockdown, ups and downs, and I think this last week has just been a very draining moment on all of us. So all the more reason for us to try and get out there and connect everybody. If you haven't got maybe like a family member, or want to have that reach out connection with an in-law that you want to have an excuse of bonding, why not try and grab them and at least send them the link to this game, because we want to try and bring it a little bit more like Talking About Your Generation, or a panel show that's not going to just be about the one genre. We want to try and make it as inclusive as possible. Plus, also, on those odd horror questions that do come out there, it makes you the expert in the room. But one of the things I do like with playing with a large group of people is you learn so many facts as a group, because people will go off on tangents because they'll say, oh, this random, trivia answer, and then they'll say, how do you know that? And then they'll explain it. And usually people reach these finite conclusions through different experiences, and so that's something that we would love to experience. But yeah, stretch this around there, because trying to get people, especially something like Krispy Kremes, we want to try and get that in front of a lot of faces and mouths as possible, because it's something I think that it's a universal love. I mean, all food is something that we require for our life, so why not have it in some glazed awesomeness if you can. So the games, hopefully, we will be playing tonight. I want to try and play a game that came up with an idea I had a while ago, which is called Venkman Burn in Hell. So, yeah. Sorry for any Americans out there, I realise that might be a flag word or anything like that, but it's all in good faith. It's, of course, a quote directly from a movie, and if you guys can tell me what movie, of course, that is a quote from, the little names down the bottom there might give you a hand. If my shuddering doesn't, of course, doing that. Oh, thank you so much, Rhiannon. It's as well an international event, so every Thursday we want to try and get everyone for about an hour in front of V, or you're hopefully not an iPad, but something that you can interact with and yell out the answers to it. So we do have games there. Venkman Burn in Hell. Forbidden was a possibility. We have one question from Belle Delia and Valentino del Toro, all the way from Hollywood Heights in America. So they'll be asking us a question as well. So we'll be interested to see what's happening there. And we may have Mr. Maresca. That's right, Mr. Steve Maresca. You may have remembered him, I think it was, if recollection serves me correct, off a whim. He, of course, was one of the actors in the film Gollum, which is airing at the Sydney Underground Film. We have a link, I'm pretty sure, in the description down below. If it's not, I'll make sure to do that in just a moment when we start one of the games, those films. I think each film you just pay a fee and you're able to watch those films the same as if you would at a festival. It's just that you don't have to worry about someone stealing your armrest or your popcorn. However, you might have to worry about your brother or sister or uncle or auntie falling asleep on your shoulder. But all the more reason, I think, to have them around there. So, yes. We'll get into one of those games, but the other game we do have is prepared, at least, is Ins and Outs, which is one of the games that we had before, and it plays the intro of a movie and the outro. People try and get those in the answers there. So we'll see if we can play a couple of those games. I've noticed that there might be some jittering, especially with some when just testing some of these stingers. I know, more stingers, but when I was testing some of those, there was some jittery aspects or some lag in the file, so I do apologize if there are some of those. Oh, that's right, another game I'm considering playing, which is going to be something that is involving you guys at home, is, what's it, the Toxic, Brittany the Toxic Avenger. So yeah, which is just a segue into a game going to be called Spicks, Specs and Buzzcocks, or hashtag Bring Back Spicks and Specs, because any of those who aren't familiar with the Australian TV show Spicks and Specs, that was a brilliant show because that really brought everyone together, because everyone loves music and has an affinity for music and different genres and styles. That was a great show because it made all of the genres united in answering questions in a quick fire round. I think it only went for about half an hour and things like that, but you still can get episodes up on YouTube. I think if you scour, at least I've been, in the last week, I've been watching, regaling myself in certain episodes of that. Fantastic, awesome. We've got Steve in there. He's just cooking dinner, so unfortunately that won't be one of our prizes. It would be lovely to have Steve Maresca cooking as one of our prizes, but I think that it would be very hard getting whatever our cooked meal would be to you, especially with the restrictions we have. We'll have to put little masks over it. Hey, that could even work with packaging. We just get 2 masks. No, I'm going off on too many tangents. I apologize. Work's been strange and crazy in the last couple of weeks. Because, yes, I wanted to show off our fantastic prize this week. So our tournament is not Pokemon, but it is Krispy Kremes, ladies and gentlemen. I'm sure everybody likes donuts, and if not, everybody has to consume food to survive. And so they have luckily donated a dozen to us. So 12 glazed donuts. I'm not too sure actually if it's glazed or iced donuts, but the winner of our Quiz Arena tournament will be, look at that, oh, look at this amazingness, will be able to sample a 12-pack care of Krispy Kreme donuts, and I know, I'm so tempted. Oh, look at them. Actually, I do love these crossovers, and this is going on another tangent, and I said we were going to play games, but if you guys saw the Rick and Morty promotion that they had as a crossover, that one I sampled, and that was every single thing in that was amazing, even the Pickle Rick one, which was green. It had a green filling. It was like a jelly donut sort of thing, or like a Berliner. I think I made that in like one of the last live streams. I think it was when I went onto air for the what was it, full moon session, where I just played Dead by Daylight and didn't talk to the camera for a long time, which is probably something you appreciated. But anyway, the Pickle Rick one was absolutely delicious. They have a fantastic smoothie and stuff like that. So yeah, I really think that it's a great prize, and so you'll win that, and they'll mail those out to you. So yeah, it's pretty sure it's an international prize as well. So get amongst that and tell everybody, like, the way I want it, it's 12 donuts, so I'd be thinking, tell everybody in your family, and then just say, look, we split them, or, like, you know, whatever. Everybody get onto your account, like, if you've got a Gmail account, and play along. So, yeah, and there might be some other questions. Like I said, you might be have a better chance than you think, because it's not all specifically horror movie questions. Whilst I do have the screen up over here as well, I do want to mention our Patreon account as well. We do have a whole bunch of tiers over there. We have the booster pack for $3 per month. We have a stimulus package, which is $7 per month, and we have the Surgeons of Horror live streams, which is $7 per month. But I have to change a lot of the titles and things like this. You can see all of the perks and things that are down there. They have shoutouts, bonus content, merch things, me doing silly things on YouTube and stuff like that for a Yipper University anniversary, but it also shows you some of the other stuff that I've done there. That's me just going on about stuff I've done. All of the live streams, so after about a week we take the live streams down, just because we don't want all of our mistakes to stay up there for public forever. You have to pay for our mistakes. So there's that. We've also got our mini-series on Stephen King's It, which got flagged, so we put it up there so you guys can see it. We've also got House on the Cemetery, which the audio is available for on surgeonsofhorror.com, the podcast audio. That's the video live stream that we recorded, and me in 1930s robe. We've also got the Beyond from 1981, which we did as well. This is all pre-Quiz Arena, so it's exclusive sort of stuff. And the Surgeons of Horror, it's me and Saul in an, I think, 11-part episode series playlist about The Shining, Stanley Kubrick's The Shining, which we pull it apart. I do a whole bunch of stupid animations and stuff like that, and yeah, I think that's a bit of fun. I think actually you might even be able to see episode 1 for free on the Patreon. So please do go and check that out. It's 10 minutes and 22 seconds of fun and frivolity. We've got other ones. We've got Burial Ground. We've got Martin. We've got a show that I did called Alice. We've got the Surgeons of Horror podcast that we did of the 1990 miniseries alone. Yeah, so there's a whole bunch of stuff up there, and that's not even if you go into it. There's even more, ladies and gentlemen. There's even more, but we won't do that as well. But I also wanted to mention as well Shudder. If you guys aren't aware of Shudder, it's an online streaming platform which has exclusive horror, thriller, and suspense films. And recently, I saw, the reason I'm mentioning it is because I saw a post about not Elvira. In fact, you guys can help me with the name. Her name. In fact, it's just come to me. But now that I've asked you guys, I want you guys to start clicking down there so you can tell me the name that I'm looking for. It's not Elvira, but it's someone that was in one of Ed Wood's films, one of my guilty pleasure favorites. And yes, she's had a resurgence. She was on RuPaul's Drag Race, I'm pretty sure. And yeah, fantastic person. But they have a whole bunch of other things there too. But she's got a series, like in the olden days, where she would like in Fright Night, they would have a film that they would talk about beforehand, and they would usually make cynical quips about it. I'm not talking about the original one. I'm talking about the current remake one. So I just saw your post. You're absolutely right, Rhiannon. Everything does taste better in donuts. So get amongst those Krispy Kremes. Absolutely delicious. But yeah. So yeah. Not Elvira, but the name I'm looking for that I want you guys to type in. That she has got a new series of, I think, films that she's talking about, and this is before what was it? Mystery Science Theater 3000 and all of those things too. So check that out on Shudder.com. So yes. Oh, and whilst they're there, I closed it down. I didn't even do it. But whilst we're here, I also do want to just quickly have a shout out to Petsies.com. So this is an image here where you can see it. In fact, if I take it over to the exclusive screen where it says that, you can see this. That is the puppy, and they have turned it into a plush puppy. It's the puppy plush, but like real puppy plush, and different versions of that you can see from the versions that they got there. And I'm pretty sure it's just from a stock photo. So yes, there's some great stuff that you can get there, and personalized elements to it. So great to have them on board as well. Now I just have to come back to the other screen. Beautiful. Fantastic, ladies and gentlemen. Have you guys thought of the name that I'm looking for? I'll see if I can find a photo of her. Oh, I found the old one. Or have I just mentioned it and you're all just being really polite and didn't want to tell me? Oh. You're being polite and not telling me. Thank you so much, yes. Elvira, Mistress of the Dark. I was wrong. I was right in the first place by being wrong. And then backed up on myself. And she's also got a very nice... Well, I'm going to take it over and show you what I'm commenting on, because it's not what you think. Let me go. Where's the screen? God damn it. Timing, guys. Timing. So yes, this is who I was talking about. This is Elvira, Mistress of the Dark. Now, I was not talking about the obvious. I was talking about this seat. This seat looks pretty awesome. Looks like it's made out of blood. Oh, it wasn't. It's still a nice chair, but I thought it was like a dripping blood sort of thing. Oh, I'm sorry, ladies and gentlemen. Again, I looked at something and I thought it was cooler than it was. Oh, well, that's alright. Elvira. That was the person I was looking for. Did any of you guys know that out there? And just didn't want to be the one who knew in the room. Well, I'm not too sure anyway. I'm going to bring this screen up here because we have turned off our screen before. So that is our image for a second. Whilst I bring up Mr. Maresca. If I remember, it was called Zoom, wasn't it? Yes. There we go. Fantastic. And his beautiful face over the side there. I want to do some scene stealers with you, because I think
we should do a Prison Break episode.
Yes. Oh, absolutely. That'd be great. Get all those guys back.
Imagine that.
Was it Karina? I think is still working at Luna Park as well.
Yeah. She'll be there for life.
Yeah.
She loves it.
It's so good. Oh, those good old days. I know a lot of people who still work at Luna Park, and things have changed.
Yeah.
We were at the end of the awesome era. We
golden
came
years.
like at just the end of the awesome era.
Well, I've lost touch with so many people from there.
Disappeared.
Well,
you said Matty Spazzaro you were chatting to recently, weren't you?
No, it's Spazzaro. I still chat with what's his Latham.
Oh yeah, he's in America now, isn't he?
Canada, I think.
Canada.
Brooke every now and again, but I don't know what happened to Reese.
Yeah,
he kind of disappeared.
I met Reese a couple of times because I have actually been tempted to bring him on here because especially because I want to bring in some of those music elements, and I think there's a lot of fun stories to be able to tell. So hopefully, I'm really sorry.
I wonder what happened to Jonathan Farsdale.
Yeah, still doing theatre, I'm sure.
He
was a great guy. They were all great guys.
I remember when he would just take his pants off, and we'd be like, "Oh, put it away," and he'd go, "I've been in the theatre, darling, for 40 years. I don't care."
Yeah, that's it.
And if you care, well then it's your problem, not mine.
Yeah, No, that's it. Oh, so many pranks that we used to do. I remember there was one when I was in Henry V,
Hmm.
and I've got a terrible habit of doing a prank where if anyone needs to read a piece of
Hmm.
paper, I'll try and Photoshop someone's face on a promiscuous photo. So in this one, we were
Brilliant.
quite young, and so it was this picture from a porn magazine of this guy bending a girl over from behind, and his photo in the program was this sort of look like this, and it was the moment when King Henry had to read out the number of the English dead. And so all of the dead were across the stage, and he gets handed this note, and he unfolds it, and he goes, and he laughs at this, and you just see all of this laughter trickling amongst all the dead bodies in front.
Brilliant.
It's great. I was reprimanded heavily for that. Comments what the name of this, well, you can name the song as well. You can get a point for the name of the song. You can get a name.
It's driving me crazy because it sounds like Here Comes the Sun.
Yeah, it does, doesn't it? Yeah. It's by a popular artist of the 70s, 80s, 90s, and ooze, at least. It's from a popular movie as well. That some
story?
might say have horrific elements. Say again, sorry?
Horrific elements.
Well, some might say. And it's a stretch, like, you know me. I'm a loose stretch. But it does have musical elements in it. And this song does have accompanying lyrics. It's a gorgeous cover, though, by an artist, or at least a YouTuber, named... Oh, I'm going to get this wrong. I'm so sorry. Shannon Ambuter. When I reveal what the song is, I'll show the video. It's just playing on YouTube at the moment. You can find her stuff there. It's not Shannon spelled Shanna. Shanna. Chanah. Shanna Ambuter. Ambuter. She's also known as the Michigan Harpist.
This is gonna drive me nuts because I can.
Okay, I'm stopping that. Do you know this, Rihanna? Hopefully you can hear it. Also, let me know if it's too loud.
Can you give me another hint?
I'd love to show you the dance, but I can't because I don't have any supernatural abilities. Okay, I have an idea.
The dance, but no supernatural abilities.
Does anyone
From
know
a
out
film
there?
from a film in the 70s.
No, it was a film. I'm pretty sure in the 80s.
Oh.
But he's an but the artist or band is has been popular from I'm pretty sure the 60s, late 60s, if not definitely the 70s, the 80s, and the 90s, and the ooze, up until his death. So there's a lot of clues out there. Oh, sorry. No. Of course. I'm not putting anything. It's all in cheeky good fun. If I'm saying to you, come on, we're relying on you, I'm not actually. I'm just trying to create some witty banter and competitive nature, hopefully amongst some of the other people out there in the chat who are being a little bit quiet at the moment. Hopefully we'll get them reacting to a little bit more. Otherwise it's going to be all yours and you're going to get all the Krispy Kreme goodness, which is amazing.
Hey, that's pretty good.
Yeah, and again, if tonight things go wrong, we will be handing out the prize of the dozen donuts from Krispy Kreme, regardless. So if there is no quiz, we'll end up doing... There's, like I've said before, there's multiple different options that we can either pick someone from the comments. We can ask you to comment underneath, or we can do something like that, or we just pick the most person who's interactive. And so far,
And I can't eat them at the moment, so
exactly. So Steve can't take them. So he's gonna have to give them out to you guys, ladies and gentlemen. A bite taken out of everyone.
Oh, do you want to see? Do you
it's
want
like
to see
a tax.
something? I got. I maybe have got ripped off today.
Oh no!
I'll show you. So you know, Kiss coming back. So I wanted to buy a Kiss shirt.
Cool.
And,
I didn't know that.
Well, I found this on a website, which I thought was completely legit. But this is what arrived today. So
Awesome. I'm gonna put you on full
you
screen.
tell me if this shirt. First of all, it's off kilter.
Yeah. Oh, that's a great Photoshop job.
The one's bigger. So Gene Simmons is a lot bigger than Paul Stanley on the original album. It was not. So you know, this is just a warning to be aware of dodgy websites because they're
Yeah.
they look legit and they're not. So
Yeah. No.
So have fun with that.
That's
Which,
it.
Yes. So aware to the wise.
No,
And,
absolutely. I think that's a very important little tidbit of information for everybody out there, especially at this time when I'm sure everyone sees in the news some of the terrible reports about scams and things like that. And that's part of the reason too, which I'd like to create this community of looking out for each other, where it's going to be the idea of getting your granny a little bit more au fait with technology, even if it's just watching you do things, like, you know, it's or involving them in it, keeping people's mind going. I mean, we've both done, I'm sure, improvisation, and the idea of thinking on your feet forces your brain to do things that otherwise you wouldn't usually do. And a lot of the time, our repetition in certain jobs don't force us to use those elements of the brain at that rate. So a lot of people will do improvisational games that they might have seen from Whose Line Is It Anyway, or Drew Carey shows like that, just to keep their minds active, so that they can better acknowledge if there's signs of dementia or Alzheimer's that might creep in there. So yeah, I'm a big advocate for that as well. And yeah, if you do have a loved one that's out there, like a grandmother or a grandfather, or anybody, especially if they're living alone, why not send them a message and give them a share? Again, use the excuse to share the link, even if you know that they haven't got the internet.
Or
just
share
say,
the donuts.
ask them a question. Yeah. Ask them, how does this song go? Dun 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 da da dun da 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 da. Come on, out there. I'm sure somebody else should be yelling at the screen, if not. Even if you guys, I feel like now even almost keeping it open so that people in the comments after the video goes live can do it. I'm gonna edit these together as well to have to make an episode of the mess ups. So yes, sounded like Moon River. It did. It's because it's on a harp, and I do love these covers. Like I said before, I'd love to get a mariachi band playing some of the horror movie things, like doing like the Jaws theme or something like that. But here is the song again, and what I'm going to try and do is I'm going to try and play a round of just movie trivia. Yeah, random trivia. I haven't selected it. Usually I will go through and I'll make sure I get each of the questions, but this one's just going to be a randomly generated one, and it's going to be one of those to test to see if the interaction is working, because if it's not, then yeah, we'll just end up giving it away to at this point, Rhiannon Elizabeth Irons. She's going to get all the glazed goodness. So yeah, let's play that song one more time while I set that up. Often some of the best memories are being in the ensemble or chorus in a music theatre show. Fantastic, yes, absolutely. Any styles of music, because then we'll just pick the opposite genre or see something that Dave wanted to cover too. So 80s fans out there. Tights. Big hair. lot of fairies.
It's on the tip of my tongue.
Right on the tip of my tongue. It's not that. For any new people out there as well, it's gonna haunt you tonight. I'll play the original just after this, and actually it's gonna segue me into something that Steve, you'll probably have to stop me talking about. But it's a certain sequence in this film which I think is very poignant. Cool. Yeah, we'll make it 5 questions. In fact, I might actually do it this way.
That bit.
Makes no sense at all.
What was that?
Makes no sense at all. I was gonna sing more, but I can't. Falling in love. In fact, I'd be interested to know if there's any parents who have shown your kids, your young children, this, because I don't know. I saw it as a young kid and I loved it. Anything like that.
Is it like Labyrinth or something?
Nicely done, yes! So, point
Oh.
right off the bat. So, Labyrinth. So, what I'll do is, I'm going to play that one more time, and I'm going to bring the screen over here so that you can see the fantastic work that she's doing. In fact, let's do that, and go to our right screen. Nice. So, yes. This song was As the World Falls Down from The Labyrinth by David Bowie. Song just to have in the background too.
The harp makes everything nicer.
It does, yeah. And let me just find the original of that. So of course from Labyrinth. If you haven't seen that film, check it out. It's awesome. I always do like looking back at certain films, like, you know, there's a lot of people that go, oh, this looks tacky, that looks tacky. Looking back at old films, everything looks tacky. So it's a lot easier to sort of go, cool, we don't have to worry about that. But this sequence is a sequence, obviously, it's a sequence in which she has eaten a peach, which has been like poison. It was given to her by Jared, who's been played by David Bowie here. I'm not going to tell you the story of how she got into the labyrinth or anything to do with that. Basically, at this point, she has eaten the peach. She's fallen into a dream sequence, which is in this ballroom inside this like glass trinket that she was holding, like a snow globe type thing. All these people in masks are dancing around to beautiful songs at different states of decay, and they're all in period clothing, but what it has appeared to me at least to be is some are in costume, some are in actual period clothing, and sometimes people will do that because people who are close to the camera need to be better than the ones in the background. They do it all the time with zombies all the time. But in this case, I thought it'd be cool to work with a thematic element that all of these people are in a similar aspect to her in this world where they have been tricked or lured in by Jareth, and now he's using their power or their youth or whatever you want to say, through her. I was watching this with my sister and found that just as she goes into the labyrinth, into this sequence, someone in the background is Peach, and just before she breaks out, so I'm going to cut forward to the end here. You'll see one of the last things that's in front. Someone, hoping this is the right ratio. There. So someone's eating a peach right there. Nom nom. Yep. So that's somebody else, and that's two elderly people, or at least it appears two elderly people. So I'd like to think that they've continually had the drug, you know, the placebo, the whatever is keeping them. Brilliant. I recommend it. So yeah, get amongst that stuff because it's lots of fun. Beautiful. So what we're going to do now is I have just something else. We're going to try and go over to our game. I'm going to go live on this, and instead of doing it in the app here, I'm just going to throw it over like you saw just a second ago with the screen. So we're going to go live on that one and just say Anabo Quaz.
Please, where is he?
Yeah. 4 hours, yes. That'll do. I didn't realize I had to do all this. Plug-in mode, why not? Save it. Beautiful, and we'll start that.
Forget about the baby.
So now you guys can play along. Yes, rest in peace, David Bowie. So now what I'm going to do is
What is it?
it's doing the countdown. There's only 5 questions. This is not to compete for anything, but adoration.
Where do we
claim.
answer?
That's it. And so I'm going to take it over here.
Where do we answer?
Sorry?
Where do I answer?
Oh, so in the same area that you were before.
In the comments on Facebook.
Yeah, in the chat, sorry.
Alright.
Yeah. Okay. We've still got a couple of minutes there, so what I might actually do is I might come back to our
You can't.
Sarah,
minimize it down to that.
You can't skip the countdown?
I'm using it at the moment to just cover what I'm doing. And I just heard noises in the background. I was like, "What am I doing?" And I kept the track playing, and it played another scene. And it's the entry when all the goblins come out in Labyrinth, and so all I can hear is this and so it's just, Jesus, what's going on? It's a lot of fun. And I'm assuming you guys probably hear that too. So there you go. It was like a game of Hark.
I heard it all.
Oh, good. Yes, there we go. Ran Elizabeth. Yes, thank you so much. That was, as I said, that was me playing Labyrinth. So, okay. Let's bring this over to here. We've got 37 seconds. Where is my monitor right? Monitor right.
Speaking of rest in pieces, let's just give it up for Norm MacDonald.
Oh, yeah.
No, I can't do his voice. Such a unique voice.
Yeah.
Hey, doing this? No, can't do it.
No, can't do it.
No.
What I might do is...
It's unimpersonable.
Unimpersonable.
Unimpersonable. No one can do it. It's too hard.
Can do it. Yuck, yuck, yuck. Whoop, 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 whoop. Okay, so let's see if this works. So, get to chatting in there. We're having connectivity issues. Check your network stability. Okay, so my internet might just be really shit tonight. So, what is the name of the virus in Metal Gear Solid 1? Foxdy, Foxaligi, Foxalive, Foxkill. So, 1, Fox Die, 2, Foxengene, 3, Foxalive, 4, Foxkill. And I'm gonna go back to our other screen with that. Yeah, so it's not on that one, so that's okay, that's good. Tally the answers. Tally me answers.
I'm not too sure about that one. That's I'm gonna go 2.
I'm gonna go 2.
Gonna go 2.
Gag
Oh,
onto it.
Surgeons of Horrors in the
I
chat.
was just about to say, I'm gonna grab an invite and I'm gonna chuck it over to them. Because after all we've had tonight, oh boy, I'm hoping this works. Did we see anyone get that?
I saw your
I've changed.
Facebook.
Sorry, I'm sorry. I gotta make sure I edit that out.
Oh,
Good, it registered. It registered. It registered.
Rhiannon got that
Oy vey.
right.
Okay. Sweet. So, well, what is the domain name for the country? Oh, Tabulia. Oh, you can read it. 1.tu, 2.tv, 3.tt, 4.tl. And let me just
Let's
fix
go
this monitor
to-
up so that I'm not exposing all of my sensitive information.
I'm gonna go 2 because I like TV.
So this is, as you can see, this is a test window where I tried to do something else. And it just didn't work. There we
Oh,
go.
that's better.
Okay. How would you pronounce that, Steve? Because I butchered it.
Tuvalu.
Tuvalu. There you go.
Yeah, that's
When
how
you
I
said
would
it, and I read it with you, and I was like, of course, just do it phonetically. Sorry. So again, if you're just joining us now, this is our test round. We had some connectivity problems before, and I'm still getting messages for that, but luckily we have people reading into it. .tv was correct answer. Steve and Rhiannon both got that, so nicely done, Steve. I'm happy to award these points if you can remember them. At the moment, I'm kind of not wanting to switch away from this because we still only have 3 more questions to go, and I'll come back and allocate those points. I'm going to have a drink for a second. What's the scientific name for the budgerigar? Oh, cool! 1. Nymphicus hollandicus. 2. Melopsiticus alundicus. 3. Pyronhura molinae. 4. Ira macoa. If you can pronounce any of those better, Steve, please go ahead.
Let me try. Nymphicus hollandicus.
That's good.
Hollandicus. Yep. Hollandicus, maybe.
That
Hollandicus.
sounds about right. I'd go with that one.
Melopsiticus undulatus. Pyrithamelani. No, wait. Pyritha Melani. Melania?
Melania.
And
She was a budgerigar all along.
Ara Macau, I guess. Ara
Macau.
Macau. Get down to the chopper.
Get down to the
Macau.
chopper.
Get
Oh,
down,
nice.
down,
Good. Awesome.
Macau.
Oh, cool. I can play.
Oh, you can?
Apparently, it registered. I just gave it a go at the last second to see if it worked.
There you go.
So the correct answer was a name that I'm going to butcher, but it was number 2, and Rhiannon got it correct.
Misapolatus. Millispeticus.
Undulatus.
Undulatus.
Yeah.
Sounds
Under
great.
the lettuce. In a pre-Super Genesis universe of Sonic the Hedgehog comic, what was the name of Sally Acorn's brother? 1. Elias Acorn. 2. Maximilius Acorn. 3. Alexis Acorn. 4. Frederick Acorn. I'm not that familiar with the universe of Sonic the Hedgehog.
No.
No.
I just like Maximilian, so I'm going to put
Yeah.
2.
I'd probably go either Alexis or Elias, but purely because I have a bias for Alexis, and Elias is just fun to sort of look at that name and have to do the gymnastics. I have no idea either, Rhiannon. I think we're all in the dark, but we're computing the answers now. I'm a huge fan of the Sonic Hedgehog game, at least number 2 on the Sega Mega Drive. I used to play that quite a lot. In between, what was it? That and Jurassic Park and Michael Jackson's Moonwalker, which was always fun.
Jurassic Park, that was a great game.
Oh, such a good game. I think that and Moonwalker are the only 2 games that I actually completed in its entirety on the Sega Mega Drive 2. Yes, awesome, Centaura, yes. So, the answer was Elias Acorn.
Streets of
Rhiannon got it
Rage.
correct. Nice.
Yes, Streets
Beautifully
of
done.
Rage. That was the bomb. Streets of Rage. What a game.
Streets of Rage. Oh, I remember that. Do you remember,
Yeah.
what was it? Altered Beast?
Altered Beast. Yeah.
Yeah. Yep.
I think I've still got a Mega Drive in my
Oh, we got
parents'
some love
house.
for Streets of Rage out there. What is the correct order of operations for solving equations? Ooh, for all your maths heads out there. 1. Addition, multiplication, division, subtraction, addition, parentheses. 2. Parentheses, exponents, addition, subtraction, multiplication, division. 3. Parentheses, exponents, multiplication, division, addition, subtraction. 4. The order in which the operations were written. Wow.
I'm going to go 4 because that sounds easy for me.
It does sound easy, but it
Yeah.
almost sounds too obvious, is where I'm thinking. So
But sometimes the most obvious is the correct.
now I swear I've heard this before. I could be completely wrong. So I went down with number 1 because I don't remember what I remember starting with a parentheses, because that would make sense if you're starting with a parentheses. But why don't you close the parentheses?
Right.
I don't know coding either or maths, so
No,
yeah, same. My maths teachers always cringed at me.
I was in the lowest math class and still failed that in high school. Oh, 3.
Nice. Yes! Oh, nice. Rhiannon and Surgeons of Horror. You got it. Parentheses, exponents, multiplication, division, addition, and subtraction. So, yeah, if anyone has studied any of the like teaching units in university, I'm sure that you probably would have had that somewhere as in the back of your head as knowledge. Beautiful. And our winners were Rhiannon Elizabeth Irons with 5 correct answers. 2 correct... in second place, Steve Maresca with 1 correct answer. And in third place, Surgeons of Horror with 1 correct answer. So brilliantly done there, guys. Fantastic work.
One's better than none.
And I'm glad to see that that's working. Now, the way it might work is that we'll just do that the same way. So I've set that screen up that we can always come back to that. Like, that's the manual way, if I refer to it that way, the manual way that it will work. Yeah. The reason why it was showing 2 different parts of the screen was because I had the camera in the background, and rather than showing just the camera because it doesn't have all the effects and whatever in it, I literally had the screen which was going out from Streamlabs, but that does the whole, if you point a camera at a TV screen, you loop. Yeah? So that's why you would have seen that. But it was doubling up with the answers. But great, it is so good to know that that is working at least through that route. So I'm very apologetic, and if we really sort of start things from this point, now we should have everything ready to go. So for those of you who are playing along before, we're going to get the scoreboard up because we do, of course, have Mr. Steve Maresca, the lead, one of the actors from the short film of Gollum, no, feature film Gollum, was it? Sorry.
Short.
It was a short, yes, perfect. And the
hopefully we get to make it a feature one day.
yeah, no, awesome. That's really cool. And that's screening at the moment at the Sydney Underground Film Festival. Is that right?
Yeah, it's at the moment I think we're at about 50 festivals worldwide. It's been crazy.
Awesome.
Yeah.
50 festivals.
Ryan Couchy, man, the dude's a genius.
Yeah, he's the writer director.
The writer, director, the producer, the everything, the editor, did it all.
I'm glad I said the right thing then.
Yeah.
Beautiful. Well, yeah.
He did a brilliant one, which I think is online, called Cut Off.
Okay.
It's a 1-minute short film, and this woman wakes up in bed, freaking out. There's blood everywhere. She doesn't have an arm, and she's going all over the place. And then you find out she's freaking out because she can't find her phone. And then she finds her phone and she just goes, ah. And that one, I think, got to about 120, 30 film festivals worldwide because it's genius concept. So yeah. Ryan Couchy.
It's like what was it?
Let me see if I think he put it on here.
Yeah, if you want, send us a link and I'll show it up on screen if you want. Especially if it's only like a minute, providing he's happy with that. I don't want to.
Oh yeah,
but because Lights Out was a film that was like that, and that ended up getting that was like a domino effect for that director or creator. So yeah, it's definitely where it's at, and something that we want to share across all communities, because usually the directors of horror end up going into directing other things. Like, I think there's been Marvel directors. I mean, James Wan did Aquaman. I mean, multi-billion-dollar film. So it's not on YouTube. Must be still doing festival rounds. That's all good. I'm just jotting in our names.
Well,
on the
yeah.
scoreboard.
I mean, most of the big directors now started in horror, really.
Yeah,
Because I think it shows you what you can do with horror, like, and you can do it on such a low, minuscule budget, and if you can smash it,
yeah,
then the studios go, well, if you did that with 2 grand, what can you do with 2 mil?
exactly. Yeah, totally.
Yeah.
Great. Okay, good. So we have our scoreboard there. So let's bring it up there for Boomf. Now, I also do just want to just pay notice to everyone who's watching the screen at the moment, the fantastic new TVs that we have. Now, for those of you who were around from the very beginning, you might have noticed that we had different TVs at different points, and they have since been evolving. And Lux Voco has been so amazing, and he saw that we needed an upgrade on our technology, and so he was able to knock together this amazing background or overlay, as known, which is the TV screens, all of the little nooks and crannies. I mean, you could have a field day with just the references that are all around here. But we also have a little toy that's over this side that's sitting in between us, which is a little tempting thing too. So you can also jot in the comments if you know what that is. Beautiful. But let's bring up that scoreboard now because we have allocated points. Now, I do remember I gave you 1 point before. Now, what did you get for the last? You got
1.
1. Nice. So you got 2 points. Nice. It's a good start. Yes, yeah, and shouts out to Lux Voco, doing like the fan, everything. It's so good. The candles
I
whipping.
love the fan is amazing.
Yeah, it's really more than I could ask for. I mean, it's yeah, so many homages there too, of things too that he's seen in previous podcasts that we did on the Surgeons of Horror that he's whipped in there. So it's yeah, it's so I'm so happy to have that on there. And if you do like cutting edge music and visual effects, do check his stuff out. I think he's on Reverb Nation. You can find him on YouTube at Lux Voco. The link is in the description, so you can go onto his YouTube channel and check out some of his other videos there. And that has links to his music as well that goes across too. Beautiful. Cool. So now there are some games that we do have the choice of playing tonight. There was another game which I was going to play, which was called Brittany the Toxic Avenger, which is going to be something for really more for the audience to play along. Oh, fantastic! Thank you for the subscription. Beautiful. Arif, Artika, yes. Sorry. Arif. Okay, yes. Oh, and Differ. I'm really bad. My eyesight is terrible, and my brain is trying my hardest to say these out on that. But thank you so much for the subscriptions. And the most we can do is really give you that little gift there to play along with. Good. But we have already started with some of our games there on the side. We had our first test round of a great game of just random 5 trivia questions, which Rhiannon Elizabeth Irons came out on top because she really knows her stuff. And I'm going to use that same window, actually. Oh, yes. Wait, what am I doing? I'm going to go back and stop that. Can I do that? Sorry. Let's go back. Go back. There we go. Stop. There we go. So that's ended our last quiz. Finally. Let's go over to where we are in our other one, just so I can set this up for later on, because previously we had it changing. Good, now that's working. This is working. Fantastic. So yes, our sponsor this week, we have mentioned them a couple of times, but I'm going to make another mention out there, of course. It's Krispy Kremes, which are the glazed donuts of heavenly goodness that everybody loves. Thank you for the subscription, Raphael. So lovely to have you along there, and get amongst the Krispy Kreme goodness, because now that we have tested it, it should work. And when we play our 4th round, our Quiz Arena tournament, you guys will be able to compete along in 10 questions, 10 multiple choice questions that you can play along in the chat for your chance to win those fantastic prizes there. Now, because it's just you and I, Steve, at the moment, we don't need any buzzers, which is good, having the connection problems that we've had so far. But we have had a successful exchange of audio that now can be heard amongst the people there, hopefully. So we have the options to play some more sound games. Maybe Brittany the Toxic Avenger will not be a game that we can play tonight just because we're running out of time. I'm also going to cut it down. We were going to play a game called Venkman Burn in Hell. And does anybody know the reference to that? I'm sure, Steve, you probably know what it is. You can probably make it out by the doctors' names down the bottom there. Is it backwards? It's probably backwards. I'm sorry.
Well, I'm thinking Venkman. I'm thinking Ghostbusters.
Yes,
Is that
nice.
correct?
Awesome.
Oh, it is?
Yeah, Ghostbusters. So,
Yeah.
that game is literally just those same cards, the ESP cards. So all that game would work out, and that could work with all of you out there and with you. It's literally just a guessing game, and you have a 1 in, 6 or 7 chance. And so I would just shuffle the cards and then say, what's the card? And I haven't tested it yet, so it's good to see if it does
I
test
actually
it.
can't see that.
Yeah, so I assume it would only do it if I put it behind where I have a light, but it's not really working. So yeah, because I don't even need to show it to you, but the honesty is there, and there's no magic or trickery in it involved. But well, let's just play one round now for a point. Oh, that's right. I was thinking of saying it was 2 points if you get it correct, 1 point if you get it incorrect. But I don't know. But you've got 2 points already, so let's have a go with that. Hopefully I didn't flash it then. And let's see if you know what this is. Out there as well, see if you can use your powers of anything to try and see if you know what this card is. In this game of Venkman Burn in Hell, which of course is written on the card. Yes. So what do you know? What do cool? So what is the card? What would you say it is, Steve? So you've got a choice. It is a choice of either we've got a circle, we've got an X, we've got a triangle, we've got wavy lines, we've got a red dot, we've got equal sign, or we've got
Can I see it again?
yes. There you go. Or we've got
That's got to be wave lines, right?
a moon. Sorry?
Was that wave lines or a moon?
This one?
Yeah.
What would you say it is?
Wave lines.
Wavy lines? Then you, sir, get 2 points.
Hey.
Nicely done. Awesome. Very well done. Well, of course, for those of you playing at home as well, there is $100,000 out there by the Skeptical Society for proof of any supernatural claims. So there is also, I think it fluctuates between a 1 in 12 to a 1 in 15 chance, I think, that you can literally just guess what it is. But yeah, I like playing it because I think that it could also, if we've got international guests out there, I think it's fun to see if there is any aspects to the claims. So the game of Venkman Burn in Hell, which we'll be playing at a later date, will include those cards. Which, who knows, we might even see if someone subscribes to our Patreon, then you might get that if you get into our Surgeons of Horror tier. Our membership tier, you can get a whole bunch of perks. We'll send you out merch, like shirts and stuff with logos. We're going to do a redesign of that, I think, with some QUIZarena stuff. I think we should have a bit of fun and so go some crazy things. Good.
Very nice. Very nice.
Nice. So yeah, so we've technically already had 2 rounds. We played 1 round of Venkman Burn in Hell, which, of course, you know I love my stingers. And to see if there's the music that's working out there as well, let's see the little quick one that I made for Venkman Burn in Hell. So yeah, that's a bit of fun. Always love sound effects too. Good. There's another game which is called Forbidden, which we might have to play at a later date. But it probably brings it to a good chance to introduce our guest, one of our guests. Now, we've seen them before, ladies and gentlemen, Belle Delia and Valentino Del Toro, the 2 Hollywood actors who were kind enough to ask us around 5 questions, and I think this is our 3rd question from them. So gather round and see if you can answer the question delivered by the actress from The Tunnel from 2011, and she's currently got a new film that she's working on called Violet, which we'll be spruiking as much as we can, and obviously letting you know when that's becoming available. And Valentino Del Toro, which has been on a lot of Australian TV, a lot of American TV, commercials, TV shows, and the name alone, I mean, it's just mwah, chef's kiss and all. So, within saying that, why don't we go into the game of Pop Quiz Hot Shots.
Los Angeles, California. I'm Valdelia. I am an actress, filmmaker, producer, creator, and
I'm Valentino Del Toro. I'm also an actor. You may know me from commercials here in Los Angeles.
But no, we're excited to jump in and join this quiz, and we actually do have some questions for you. In 2014, in the film Annabelle, which is based on a real doll, which popular doll was the original?
Ooh, okay, everybody out there. What do you guys think? In the 2014 film Annabelle, which was based on a real doll, which popular doll was the original? So what was the name of the doll the original was based on? Popular doll. So you guys might know out there. It might be another sort of niche reference for those of you, but if any of you horror buffs out there, you may know, you probably will be able to jump right onto it. And Phil Robinson's right in there, right, with Rhiannon Elizabeth Irons as well. Steve, do you know this off the top of your head? You can look in the comments, I'm not going to hold it against you, but off the top of your head, did you know this?
No, I thought it was like Baby Born or something, but it's...
Baby Bjorn, I love
But
that.
it's...
with a little beard. Always
Yeah.
wanted to do a little thing where it was like this baby going down there, like to a job interview and just vomiting over the desk.
That's
Like
right.
yeah. Nice, cool. Okay, so
Raggedy
we've got
Ann.
Surgeons of Horror saying Raggedy Ann. We've got
There you
Phil Robinson out there saying Raggedy Ann. We've got Rhiannon Elizabeth Irons saying Raggedy Ann. So we definitely have a consensus out there. We'd better go back and check to see what our pop quiz, or our hot shots, should I say, are going to say as an answer in our pop quiz hot shot segment.
And the answer is the
Raggedy Ann doll.
I'm Lorraine Warren, and that's the Annabelle doll. Yes, it is.
It is. So, ladies and gentlemen, that was Pop Quiz with Hot Shots, Valdelia and Valentino Del Toro. I have to make sure that I'm louder, because now that you guys can hear that, I'm assuming that that's at like full volume. So you probably you can't hear me when I'm talking over the top, can you?
No, I can hear you.
Oh, you can?
You're
Awesome.
fine. Yeah,
I just
yeah,
got to
yeah.
make sure it's loud and into that. Beautiful.
Use
okay,
that
great.
big booming theatre voice of
Big,
yours.
yeah, exactly. What was it that we used to do in Prison Break, where we used to have to throw the voice?
This.
Was it this, yeah, that's right.
This. Yeah.
That and ghosting. Surprisingly enough, ghosting has come in more handy than you'd think.
Ghosting, is that when you're...
Or like hiding in their outside their peripheral view. Field
Oh,
of
yeah,
view.
yeah.
Yeah. Be surprised, like at Luna Park, clowning. That was a huge, like, handy.
Oh, you would have got mad scares from that.
Yeah. Oh, remember what was it, Michael Elbridge?
Mhm.
Out in the Elbridge. Yeah.
Yeah,
After
yeah.
that, we got a mirror maze underneath the stairs. No, not under the stairs. Sorry, it was the stairs that go up to the slidey thing in the Coney Island. So they put a mirror maze underneath that, and it was this eerie, like it sort of mirror maze, and with this like eerie music. And so we just used to stand there and pretend that we were models, and then just go hello and stuff like this at the random moments. It was great fun.
Oh, yeah, I remember. Then they banned you from doing it, I think.
Yeah.
Yeah.
If there are any of our friends out there who are currently working in the Showtime department of Luna Park, please do let us know if the mirror maze exists still. I think it still does. A friend of mine, I think, told me when we were talking about it recently it does. But there may still be at least a time policy or a occupancy policy. But yeah. No, the amount of stunt stuff I used to do with that, just going over, like, you know, the boundaries, the over the boundaries. That's for those of you playing at home as well, Steve Maresca and I both worked on a show or an experience called Prison Break Live, which was like a haunted house attraction, but you would walk through like a prison. Yeah. It would have like the big wire walls and stuff like this that you'd shake and it would rattle and stuff like this. There's all of these big sound effects, the strobe lighting, and all of these actors. How many at one time did they have of us in the maze?
We had about
Not
11.
at the front. Was it 8?
No, there was... Wait, ready? I was actually going through the other day.
Oh, really?
You had the person at the door.
Oh, that's right, quadrants.
Yep, and then there was... Remember you used to hide behind the blue light? And then you'd come out just before they'd enter the guards room.
Yep.
So then you've got the guards room, and then there was 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and then
Because that long
oh no, it was 8. I think it was 8 or 9 because you had the last scare.
was that
Remember
the last scare. But I remember
when they
wasn't-
thought they were safe because the lights were there, like you could see
it
the
wasn't
sun.
whoever
and then
was
you
in
come
one
out.
of the earlier sections, because you could easily get through some back way, or maybe that was just we ended up working out the policy where we go, okay, I'm gonna man 2 sections, you're gonna man 2 sections, and we
Yeah,
would do
that's
that.
right. That's right.
Yeah, like we'll have to get you on again because I think there's a lot of stories. Like I want to get. It would be great to get.
Oh yeah, definitely.
John Latham, and
yeah.
I'd love to actually get John Latham and Steve, Scott Herdman, to tell
Oh
them
yeah, Scotty.
about
Yep.
that incident, or event that happened there. But yeah, Prison Break Live. It was based on the TV show, Prison Break, where I think I was one of the only ones who got out scot-free. I got to keep my hair. Everybody else got shaved. Everybody got
Yeah, I
shaved.
got shaved.
Like
got
all
shaved.
the male cast members got shaved, like you were in prison, and I got cast as Teabag. So it was just like, cool, okay, well, he has hair and he has a little goatee, so if you can grow a little goatee, and I was like, yeah, I can go grow a goatee, that's no problem. And everyone was my bitch, it was fucking great. So, yeah.
That's right. I used to do the
Yes.
pocket.
Oh,
Yep,
yes.
yep.
Oh, there's
That's right,
so many
yeah.
photos. We're gonna have a moment where we just reminisce. See, that's it. And
Yeah.
yeah. It's
When
we'll have to
lockdown's
chat
over.
afterwards.
When lockdown's over in person.
Exactly, yeah. I was going to say, it is 9:30. We've had so many technical problems
Yes.
before this, and I really do apologize about this. Rather than tempting fate anymore, maybe we should just go straight into our tournament round. I think it probably
Yeah, let's do it.
might be the safest to say. It's getting late, and people who joined us from 7:30, I am so sorry. It is completely flown by. At least we've had, I think we've had at least 4 rounds there. We had the song, guess the song. We had 1 round of Venkman. We had a pop quiz hot shots. We just didn't have our last round. So quick, ask a question. Or actually, Surgeons of Horror filled that up with us. They asked a question down there as a quick fire question. What does SUNDS stand for? And Rhiannon Elizabeth Irons got in there saying sudden unexplained nocturnal death syndrome, which is different to how I used to know it. But still something that I think every parent should be definitely aware of. And it's one of those things when people talk about fears as well, like, you know, those sort of fears are just as relevant. What is it? Even Archer, he says he's got like a fear of alligators and aneurysms, I think, because it can just happen suddenly and you won't know, and it could just happen. So yeah, hopefully everyone's safe out there and keeping well as much as we can, especially in these dark times. We're hoping we can do a little bit of this, if the internet will allow it. God damn it! Oh no, I hope I don't get censored in America for saying that. Gosh darn it. We have a game that has hell in the title, so we're in for it now, aren't we, kids? Fun fact: Muse Watson was Charles in Prison Break. Joins me every year for live tweeting sessions. Nice, cool, awesome. That was from Rhiannon Elizabeth Irons, of course. Sharing her exploits of Will with her, interviewing and stuff like this. I think that it sounds like we should get Rhiannon on as a guest, because she not only knows her stuff, but she's, like, you know, been interacting directly with some of the exact same people that you want to hear stories from. So I think it'd be important to cross those things over there. And again, we've had Melbourne on, we've had ACT on, we've had Perth on. We need to get Queensland, I think, representing. At least I don't think we have had anyone. We've had Watch It Wombat, but they haven't been a guest. So yeah, I think that again, nowhere better than live on air to discuss things of a sensitive nature. So yeah, maybe we'll go into that. But whilst I've got that there, we've got all this there. Unless there's anything else you want to add there before we go into our tournament, Steve.
No, man. Let's get in. Let's rock and roll.
Perfect. Let's rock and or roll indeedy doodly. So starting that, making sure that this is working, and hopefully we're not going to have any hiccups. Wait, how much did you get points in that last?
No, I did not.
Okay, but you got 2 points though for Venkman Burn in Hell.
Oh,
You guessed that
yes.
right.
Yes, I'm in 4. I'm at 4 then.
Yeah,
I'm at...
first go, ladies and gentlemen, and he got the right card. And I'm pretty sure I'm gonna have to watch it again. I'm pretty sure he didn't cheat. I'm pretty confident he didn't cheat. And if you can't see it on the other side of the card there, then yeah, I'm pretty confident that that's well done. So there you go. If you need proof of the pudding, that's one game of Venkman Burn in Hell down, and we'll see how we go with adders. Beautiful. So let's bring this over here. I'm going to go into my throw screen so that we can get ready, and we're going to then patch up our area to go into our fantastic game of the Quiz Arena tournament. Play along at home, ladies and gentlemen. Ladies and gentlemen,
is that an original track or?
Yes, yeah, that was actually. Thank you for bringing it up, Steve, because I do love going into more of these little eclectic facts. But of course, yeah, that was from the what was it? Paris, the musical, and that was an arrangement by Swan. Andrew Swan. I might be incorrect with that. I'm going to fact check it, make sure I get the correct answer, but I'm pretty sure that was an arrangement specifically done by Andrew Swan, and he added a lot more oomph to it. His is in my opinion, the best version, which ended up going on. Anyway, our question, of course, now is, on which day in the month of September did the events of the Little Shop of Horrors occur? Now, this is referring to the musical. 1. 23rd day. 2. 13th day. 3. 2nd day. 4. First day. I'll bring it up so that you guys can see it. There you go.
I think it's first, isn't it?
So, on which day in the month of September did the events of the Little Shop of Horrors occur? Obviously, they didn't occur necessarily on this day. This is referring to the beginning of the events. Yeah, I'll tell you what as well. 2 points off for incorrect answer. 2 points on for correct answer. I'm going to do it that way, because this is another idea I've had. So we're calculating the answers. What were you were going to say the first day?
Cool. Yeah, just put it in the comments.
Cool. Other people are putting in 1. Phil Robbins put in 1. Surge's Horror put 1. Rhiannon Elizabeth Irons put in 1. Steve Maresca put in 1. What will it be? Nicely done. Oh, beautiful. Everybody got it. Phil, Surgeons, Rhiannon, and Steve. Nicely done. The 23rd day of the month of September. Nicely done. Is that you, Steve? Is that your little image graphic?
Yeah.
Awesome, cool. Because you didn't have the little image before. I'm so glad you did.
Yeah, I put it on. I was like, how do I put it on?
Next question. Aussie rock music question. The Skyhooks hit song Horror Movie was filmed portions of their music video at what popular theme park? 1. Wonderland. 2. Old Sydney Town. 3. Luna Park, Sydney. 4. Luna Park, Melbourne. Do any of these?
Actually, I put 4, but I'm torn.
You're Alanis Morris.
I think it's Luna Park, Sydney. I think it's Luna Park, Sydney. I know it's Luna Park.
Cool. Awesome.
But I think... Yeah, but I know they were more Melbourne-based.
Honestly, I didn't know this when I went looking for facts and stuff like that, and I saw it, and I was just like, oh, cool. And then I looked it up, and I was like, oh, cool, because
Here's one for you. What's another film that was shot at Luna Park, Sydney?
Ooh, you're testing me now. Another film, not the ABC special that was recently done.
No. 80s action film shot in
Mad
Sydney.
Max?
No. Does anyone else know that one?
Put that down in the comments.
Surgeons of Horror, I reckon, surely would know that.
Yeah, Surgeons of Horror should be
And Phil Robinson, I'm gonna guess, 80s.
Yeah, I'm gonna put
Shot
my money
in
on Rhiannon Elizabeth Irons. So the correct answer was Luna Park, Melbourne.
Oh, it was Melbourne.
Nicely done. You say yet you were the one who said Luna Park, Melbourne.
Yeah, I know, but I knew it was a Luna Park. But yeah, you're right.
You're trying to throw off our players at home because you want the Krispy Kremes.
You know how I don't. I'm on a diet. But you know how I know It was the Melbourne one because they have the horror train, the ghost train still.
Still there, yes. Awesome, cool. Who
Yes.
was originally slated to star as the lead role in Scream in 1996? 1. Jennifer Aniston. 2. Aileen Brennan. 3. Drew Barrymore. 4. Courtney Cox. Do any of those names ring a bell to you at all? First, before you answer the question.
I'm gonna say Drew.
Yeah?
I remember.
Like
think
I
Drew
asked,
got it.
do any of the names... Specifically asked you that question, hoping that you weren't just going to say, I think this is the answer.
Oh,
That's
sorry.
alright. So, Courtney Cox, Jennifer Aniston, Aileen Brennan? Any of those ring a bell?
Well, Courtney Cox is in the film as Gail.
Gail, yes. Weatherman, or whatever her name is. Yeah. Jennifer Aniston, of course, from Friends and so many movies, and Ageless. Never...
Who's Eileen Brennan though?
Good, awesome.
That's-
Have you seen the film Clue?
Yes.
Awesome.
Many years
She
ago.
plays Mrs. Peacock.
Ah.
Yes. The senator's wife!
There you go.
Yes. Now, you got a point. You didn't get a point for the first one. You did get a
No.
point for the second one. I'm not going to take points away because I think that's cruel, especially if it's you versus me. In fact, if you get them, I'm going to take 2 points. So I'm going to give you 1
Yeah,
point
cool.
if you get it right. So you got 2 points so far. Drew Barrymore was the right answer, so that was another point. So you get.
Did
that one.
anyone get the question I put out for
Private
what was
Benjamin.
shot in Luna Park in the 80s?
Yeah. What was the
in
film
Sydney?
filmed in Luna Park in the 80s? Now you're talking about
It was
Luna
in.
Park,
It was
Sydney?
in. Yeah, it was in the.
Cool. We'll come back to that
the
after the next
Funhouse.
question.
It's
Our
in the
next question
Funhouse.
is: what was a 1953 horror film remake in 2005 with Paris Hilton in the lead role? 1. The Neanderthal Man. 2. Lost Women. 3. House of Wax. 4. Donovan's Brain. And again, of course, you can answer down there if you know what that film. Phil Robinson said Private Benjamin, but I don't think that that wouldn't have been it. I don't think he's referring to that. No.
No, from the 80s in Sydney. It was not private.
That's
Benjamin.
right. Do
it
any
could have
of-
been. It could have been. It could have been.
What
There were a
about
lot
this
of
one?
things
Do you know
there.
this one at all? A Paris
I-
Hilton fan?
I yes, I do know this film. Pretty underrated, I thought.
Yeah.
I feel like it could be remade again. I feel like they
Yeah.
just get it correct.
Absolutely.
And-
I feel like this is almost like Saw. You could almost do a whole
Yeah.
franchise just on this idea.
100%.
Yeah.
100%. But yeah, I feel like it's got a lot of potential, but they need to
Yeah.
get it,
All
get
of
it
these
right.
films, as in all 4 films as well, were films that were made in 1953.
Ah,
Yes,
there you
so
go.
everyone was right. Steve, Phil, Rhiannon, Kay, and Surgeon's House of Wax.
And all those other films got remakes or not?
No, I don't think so.
Right.
I don't know. I just went, wow, let's go with that one. Awesome. Our next
Oh.
one is, in the original A Nightmare on Elm Street, what is Nancy's address? 12372 1616 3 1428 4 1234.
I'm gonna say. Yeah, I don't remember it being a long number. Maybe it was, because everyone in the comments is saying it was. But yeah, I always thought.
I'm familiar with shorter streets. I think I haven't seen a one where I grew up in above the hundreds, but a lot of American streets have these suburbs that just have them going on for
Big streets.
ages. Yeah. Fun fact: Elm Street is never mentioned in the original film. Rhiannon Elizabeth Irons has just said that is a fun fact. I didn't know that. It's always good. I always love those little eclectic things where it's just like but not in the original. Cool. Awesome. Going into a question. The results of question number 5 are
1428.
1428. Rhiannon, Phil, and Surgeons of Horror got that correct. Nicely done. Every week, I sort of hack it just a little bit because I worry that either the questions are going to be too hard or not hard enough. So I'm currently doing that because we're at question 5. So I'm hoping that it's not going to be something I'm going to have to sort out by throwing a knife in the ground. In which film did Annabelle the doll make her debut? Was it 1, The Conjuring 2, 2, The Conjuring, 3, Annabelle Creation, 4, Annabelle? So we had a question before from Belle Delia and Valentino del Toro, which expounded on this a little bit and had in the video Lorraine Warren, who was showing you the original Raggedy Ann doll. Yes, it is. And a lot of fun. I enjoyed editing that video. She does a little dance if you watch it back, because I had to reverse the footage. So, like, just before she says, "Hello, I'm Elaine Warren," she does just, like, little dance like that. It's great. Also, fun fact, in the original Halloween, Michael's last name was never mentioned either. Cool. You got 30 seconds. Tell us what the film was in Luna Park, because no one has mentioned what it could be. What was that?
The Punisher. Dolph Lundgren's The Punisher.
Cool!
Yeah, they do it in Coney Island. The fight scene at the end.
Sweet! Awesome! Everyone got that one. The Conjuring. Rhiannon, Steve,
Yes.
Phil, Kay, and Surgeons. Nicely done. Boom, ba-boom, 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 ba-boom. We talked about original dolls as well, and one of the original dolls was like the Winnie the Pooh doll, which is another terrifying doll, at least to the child. So, what was the actual name of Pinhead in Clive Barker's original novel, The Hellbound Heart? 1. Keith. 2. Hellpriest. 3. Demon Lord. 4. Cenobitesium. Cenobitesium? Yeah.
I mean, I'm just going to go with the most outlandish one, because why not?
Why not indeed? Be outlandish. Be crazy.
Well, which I have gotten wrong if I'm looking at the comments.
That's right. What did you go for?
In.
What did you put in?
I went with 4, because that's a great sounding name.
It is, isn't it? It is. It's Cenobitism is a fucking awesome name, and I'm so glad I came up with it. So, yeah. Cenobitism, or like platinum or something like that. I don't know. Playing with it. So Keith is one of those in Family Guy. It's the most undesirable name in that little name. He has to open the door and it's like, what is the most undesirable name? He just goes Keith. That's just funny. It was, of course, Hell Priest. Rhiannon, Phil, and Surgeons got that. Demon Lord was the one to try and throw you off, but I need to try harder. This might be the one round that is my reckoning, ladies and gentlemen. Now, I missed out on rounds. I've got to make sure that I come back to this. You've gotten, like, I think every single one of these, haven't you? Or the last 2, at least.
I've gotten, I think, 2 or 3 wrong.
Yeah, you've gotten 2, I think, yeah. So what is the highest grossing Stephen King film adaptation to date? 1. The 2017 remake of It. 2. The 2017 The Dark Tower. 3. 2007 1408. 4. 1999's The Green Mile.
I really love 1408. I think that was a great film.
Same. I only saw it recently, and it was really a lot of fun.
And I kind of want John Cusack to do more of those wacky, fucking out there thrillers, man. Like, what's the other one he did? Where you find out? No, not Con Air. Everyone in the comments will know that film I'm thinking of. It was 2003. John Cusack. You find out there's about 7 different personalities.
Oh, Split.
Identity.
Oh, Identity.
Of course. Dude,
Nice.
I was about to actually say he has an identity issue.
Yeah.
Identity, yeah.
Perfect.
Brilliant film. Brilliant.
Everyone got that. The 2017 remake of It. Nicely done. Very well done.
I was thinking about it. Like, he has so many movie adaptations. It's absolutely crazy.
Yeah.
And they're all bar like 3 or 4 brilliant.
Yeah, absolutely, yeah.
Like, I just watched Misery the other week and
Our penultimate question. Which horror movie had Kirsten Dunst play a young vampire? 1. The Bonfire of Vanities. 2. Little Women. 3. Kiki's Delivery Service. 4. Interview with a Vampire. Or Interview with a Vampire. Pretty sure I think I gave you the points in that last round. I think. Because you're on 11 at the moment, and I'm on 2. So far, there was no way for me to win. In fact, I'm thinking of making, like, you get, like, 5 points or something like that, or 10 points, something ridiculous for that. Just because it's literally just guess what it is. Good, awesome. So now we're tallying our results. Tally me results now. Got to make sure that I don't make it as approachable for everybody else. Good. Awesome. So going back into it with tallying of our scores. I think everyone's quite at the top of their game.
That would quite change the Little Women if it was about vampires. That would be a very
Yeah, that's it. It's like Pride and Prejudice or Sense and Sensibility with zombies. Interview
Yeah.
with Vampire was correct. Steve, Rhiannon, Kay, Phil, and Surgeons all got it correct. Nicely done. I'm even just thinking, I think there's some prize winners who won before, so we might even just do it by fairness. We might have to do it that way. Our last question in Disneyland's Haunted Mansion ride. What is at the top of the stretching room? 1, the Hatbox Ghost. 2, the Bride. 3, a well-hung man. 4, a hanged man.
What's the difference between a well-hung man and a hanged man?
Would you be able to tell me?
Oh, is that naughty?
Well, one's technically correct if you're referring to one thing, and one's technically correct if you're referring to the other thing. But a lot of people usually get it confused.
I'm confused.
Yeah. So usually you would say a well-endowed person is someone who is well-hung.
Yes,
Yeah.
right.
So if we wanted to garrote someone and kill them by strangulation or breaking their neck, we would string them up, but we... oh, sorry, mine's doing so many things. But they would be hanged. They wouldn't be hung. Yeah? At least that's what the colloquialism now sort of means. Technically, anything hung can still use that sort of thing, but in the way of the euphemism. Anyone been to Disneyland as well? This is, of course, talking about the Anaheim ride. I'm not too sure if it's in Tokyo or in Paris it is.
I've never been to Disneyland ever, so I will need to do that one day.
Yes, it's a lot of fun and a lot of
I like
experience.
Universal. I like Universal.
Universal's awesome too. Everyone got that right. Rhiannon, Steve, Phil, Surgeons, and Kay, a hanged man. The story goes, it had many different iterations, but of course that was the guy whose wife, I think, ended up throwing herself, or he ended up throwing himself out of the top of the tower. Our first place winner is Rhiannon Elizabeth Irons with 10 correct answers. In second place, Phil Robinson with 9 correct answers. In third place, Surgeons of Horror with 9 correct answers. In fourth place, Steve Maresca with 8 correct answers. And in fifth place, K9 with 5 correct answers. Congratulations, guys. Perfect work there. I think you got a prize as well for the end there as well. So you got 12 and 2. Beautiful. I kind of want to play one more round and see if you don't get it, I take 10 points off, and if you do get it, I give you 10 points. Rhiannon Elizabeth Irons is saying, I spent my Elizabeth birthday at Disneyland and spent the entire day telling people I wasn't a descendant of Scar from Lion King based on my surname. Oh, of course, Jeremy Irons. And a lot of D&D, Dungeons & Dragons references I want to make with blue lipstick. But that would have been so cool. The experience at Disneyland is amazing. I've been to the Anaheim Disneyland only, and the theme parks in the US, but you can't help but resist the theme and the joy and the happiness that's in there. If it's cold outside, it instantly feels warmer inside. Maybe they just got heating in the ground or something like this. But yeah, if you are someone who likes the Disney experience and you want to go and experience it, either if you're on a budget or something like this, I'd highly suggest getting a 5-day pass at least. You want to experience multiple days in the park, or more than one at least. And if you do go to the Disney Hotel at the theme parks, it is more expensive, but you get multiple different perks that can get you early access to the park, interactions with the cast members at breakfasts and lunches. I'm not too sure. Obviously, I don't work for Disney, but this is what I've heard about. And personal experiences. Obviously, you're staying right there next to the theme park too. So it's if you do like Disney, it's a great chance to go there. And they love their horror as well. I mean, some of the animatronics that were pioneered in the Walt Disney Studios and theme parks were revolutionary, not just in animatronics and ride development, but in the strength suits that people now use to use assisted lifting and things like that. It's all integral. And if you've seen the progression from the Hatbox Ghost, which is the original, which I made reference to in that last thing, which is a controversial ghost which disappeared for a while, and they brought it back, and then they revolutionized it because it was a concept they didn't have the technology to execute perfectly at the time, but it's sort of gotten around there. Now it's pretty much perfect because they've used different modes of projection. So yeah, really, really cool. Beautiful, and multiple theme parks. If you are in any of the theme parks, they're all good, and the Haunted Mansion is different at different ones. Oh, that's right, I've been to the Paris Disneyland, Euro Disneyland, which boasts the largest fairy tale castle on the top, which is Sleeping Beauty's castle. I'm not too sure if that one's a different castle, but if you go underneath that castle at Paris, in France, there's a dragon under there sleeping. So you can see that. There's a lot of nooks and crannies. If you do go to Disneyland, if you have little ones as well, you can try and find all the hidden Mickeys that are all around Disneyland. So many different things as well. So yeah, we should have just a Disney episode, but I'm sure that's going to be a completely different tangent.
I'm surprised we've never tried to do one here, to be honest.
Yeah, well, it has actually. There's been multiple
really?
proposals, one of which was, you know where the Anzac Bridge is?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, you know that where it's sort of like it looks like a big car park, but they use it for cargo and shipping.
Oh, right, there.
That area was going to be the Disneyland Resort, and that was going to be. It looked gorgeous, and it was like a little Miami like pier town.
Actually, I think I saw that in
Yeah.
There's a group that does failed theme parks.
Yes.
YouTube.
Yes.
Is that where you saw that?
Yesterworld, I think, is one of them. There's another one which is called, I think, the one that you mentioned then.
Yeah.
And yeah, some fantastic YouTube channels out there, and a lot of them are Disney.
That would have been horrible, like cars-wise. That would have been atrocious. Like, imagine that area of Balmain just getting smashed.
It's the worst place to put a Disneyland. I mean,
Yeah.
it really is. You don't want to put it anywhere near the
Just
city.
put it in Perth. Get people out west.
That's it. Yeah. Yeah. Totally.
South Australia. There's
I
so
totally
much
agree.
space.
We've
There's
got
so much space.
the for tourism for that, like there'll be different packages. It'll be fantastic for domestic flights. I mean, especially with what's happening at the world now. But anyway, it's we're gonna end up writing businesses.
Oh, and don't get
packaging.
me started in Wet and Wild.
Wet
Open a
n
theme
Wild, yeah.
park. Open a theme park. You have to shut for 6 months of the year.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah, that's smart. That's smart. Yeah. Okay.
Very clever. Very clever.
Good on you.
Well,
Good
that's why
on you.
I mentioned what was it, Wonderland, because of course that was I loved Wonderland, and I
That
didn't
was
mention
brilliant.
any of the current Australian theme parks, bar the two Luna Parks. Of course, Old Sydney Town's closed down because I used to work there as well, and that was a theme park that was up on the Central Coast, about an hour north of Sydney, and that would. They made a lake. It was a man-made lake. They built a sandstone church there. They recreated the town, and it looked like old Sydney Town. The topography was somewhat roughly similar as well, all condensed. But
I loved Old Sydney Town.
It was great. It was so atmospheric. But they employed. It was. I struggled to see how it would work economically, purely just because the amount of people they would hire, actors-wise, in that place was. So many people, which was great at the time, but I think was part of the reason why.
There's a very funny episode of South Park where they go to one of those old-time towns.
Yes. Now,
and it's my favorite episode of South Park. It's
People
brilliant.
in the comments, you might know the name of the town that is in Melbourne, which is an old gold rush town that people can go to, and it's one
Ballarat?
of those recreation towns. Yeah.
Is it Ballarat?
I think it's in Ballarat, but I think it's called something.
Right.
But yeah, like all of those old like towns are fantastic. And that sort of like old school.
Sovereign Hill.
That's it, Sovereign Hill. Yes, Sovereign Hill. Phil
There you
Robertson
go.
got it. Nice, beautiful. Was that off the top of your head, Phil? Have you been to Australia?
Wait, isn't Phil Australian?
Oh, am I wrong? Sorry, Phil, you from Tasmania. I've just done that awful thing, haven't I, as a host, and just gone. Sorry, miss, is your name Jenny? You know. You've been there. Cool, you've been there. Fantastic. I've had family members who've been there, but I have not. I've been there. I've spoken to them about doing certain filming stuff that just hasn't worked out, and then good old lockdowns happen. But that's a fantastic town. I think that's one of the only recreation towns that we have in Australia at the moment. So check them out too. Yes, Sovereign Hill. It's really, really cool. Not Jack Hills. Jack Hills is in Western Australia. Hashtag
Right.
WA tourism. Jack Hills is where they found the oldest rock on the Earth. 4.7 billion years old. Currently found to date. So, yeah, I just have to... I want to say that every time because I accidentally said that to someone and I thought it was in... what was it? Broken Hill. I thought it was near Broken Hill, and I got it wrong. Mm-hmm. So, if you say things, you're forcing yourself to relive that memory again. So it clarifies the fact that it's now a little bit more rock hard in my memory, and I have less chance of changing that memory to a different idea. Beautiful, sweet. Well, that was our fantastic tournament there with our winner of Rhiannon Elizabeth Irons there. So congratulations, you won our Krispy Kreme dozen. Perfect work there. Send us an email at surgeons.horror@gmail.com and we'll get you that.
Enjoy those donuts.
Exactly. We'll get you that little name tag word that you'll put underneath the comment just like last time. And then, we'll get an address of you, like we have in our terms and conditions, or any personal information that is sourced is purely only to get the prize to you, and so that will be then given to the people at Krispy Kreme, and they will send out your donuts all fresh and mwah. So yeah, I'm very jealous of you, and yes, I think that you'll enjoy that. Feel free to hoard them all to yourself or to share them around, or do whatever. My sister has a thing, and I don't know if you've tried this, Steve, but she swears by it. Putting it in the microwave, I think it's for about a minute or two.
Yeah.
It's not 5 minutes or anything. It's just a short burst.
I think it's 30 seconds will do the trick as well.
Yeah, I think that's it. I think it's a really quick burst. Yeah. So yeah, there's so that's another handy hint which she did do, and it was amazing. I was sort of it took me a while to get amongst it because you're used to what you're expecting. Like when they do those game shows and it looks like something on Celebrity Get Me Out of Here. A friend of mine, Tanya Hennessy, which we worked at with.
Of course.
She was on Celebrity Get Me Out of Here, and she had to do those eating challenges where it was like maggots and testicles. I'm not too bad with that stuff, but like, balut, I think that'd be hard. But anything where it looks like something, and like if it looks like a watermelon and it's a, or if it looks like meat and it tastes like watermelon, no, something in my brain just, the uncanny valley is real in there. So, it doesn't like it. Yeah, sweet. Also, I mentioned Drag Race before as well, and Shudder as well has their own drag show as well. I'm not too sure what it is off the top of my head. I just remembered it now. But check that out as well. If Dragula, I think it's called. I think it's a
That's
play on.
brilliant.
Yeah, something like on the Dracula puns or something like this. Check that out because that's very cool. Elvira has her earrings up again. So sorry about all the technical problems that we've had here today. Please make sure that you check out Steve's film Gollum at the Sydney Underground Film Festival. Link should still be in the description below. If it's not, just after we end here, I'll make sure to add that in underneath.
Thank you, sir. Thank you, sir.
No, that's all right. I was about to say we've got a little bit over time, and thank you so much, Steve, for working through the weather and being here with us.
My pleasure.
To keep me sane and to
no, you kept me sane after 8 hours working in my spare room. Yes.
Yeah. Oh well, all the more confetti to you.
Oh, there's the confetti.
Yes. Oh, and actually, because we do have the thing all set up, what I should do is, just because it's kind of a tradition, we should test to see if we have good sound by doing the Chrono Loco to give you guys the full Chrono Loco effect. If I can find it.
I was waiting for this all night, to be honest.
Yeah? Oh, good.
Yeah.
I enjoy it every time it happens. So here we go. It's Chrono Loco! Best game ever. Awesome. So there's another game that we'll come back to. Again, we didn't get a chance to play Forbidden. We played one round of Venkman, Burn in Hell, in which case Steve Maresca got his 2 points by guessing the card correctly, ladies and gentlemen. 1 out of 6 choice, so very well done. Good. We've got our ins and outs that we can play next time. We thank Belle, Delia, and Valentino Del Toro from Pop Quiz Hot Shot.
I'm still waiting for the Tunnel sequel.
Yeah, I mean, that would be great, wouldn't it?
they were supposed to do it years ago, and it just never.
Oh, so it was a thing, was it?
Yeah, it was going to be Tunnel Dead End or something.
See, like, because when I started writing What Lies Down Under, I ended up like it started off in platform 22 and 23, I think it is, in Central Station, and it was just a close-up of all the tiles out of focus going into focus, and all the mortar breaking out in between it, and then the tiles come off, and you see fingers start coming out, and I wanted zombies to start falling out of the wall in the train passage, and then to do like a transition with the train going past. But I thought
we don't have enough zombie films in Australia.
no,
So
we
come
don't.
on.
Well, one of the films, I think it's called Zombie Land. No, it's not Zombie Land, sorry. I think it's just called Zombie outright, I think. And I think it was 2004, I could be wrong, but it had like an Ash type character who had a 3-barrel shotgun in a pitchfork sort of shape. And it was so cool, and I didn't know anything about that. And I don't even know why. I think I picked it up because it had the 3-barrel shotgun. I was like, that looks cool. And it was an Australian film, and I knew it when I watched it, so I gave it those graces then. But it was enjoyable. It was a lot of fun, and I would love to see more things like that, because I'd love to see a sequel to The Tunnel. I'd love to see
Undead. Yes. Okay. Sorry, guys. Undead. Yes.
Undead. Yes, that was it. Yeah. Cool.
Yeah.
Awesome. Perfect.
I mean, more. We should have like 5
Yeah. We really should
every year. What's that? Wormwood. That was good.
Even like, as in Screen Australia as well, have been fantastic with producing a lot of internet shorts. And so even the ability that a lot of the time if someone wants to make a feature film, there's so much that goes into it, and there's so much bashing to your, I don't want to say ego, but to get it done, you need to have so much faith in yourself to be able to get it done. And there's so many opportunities that things can fall by the wayside. So within that, it's just to have that sort of optimism that it gives you.
We'll start writing something.
Yeah, exactly. Start writing something, but the internet is that vehicle which allows you to start something that can progress and get better. I mean, as you've seen tonight, we've mentioned that we've got the new TVs up there from Lux Voco. We've been improving the intro. I do realise as well I didn't replace the intro from last week, so I do apologise. Our special guest this week wasn't Robert Woods, but you can still check out that feed if you chuck over onto our other live stream. But yeah. So yeah, it's a constantly growing thing, and that in this live stream sort of world gives us that ability to do it. So next week we'll be having those same prizes. Check below for our affiliate links with livereacting.com, Streamlabs OBS. We've got petsies.com. We've also got Escape Online Gaming, yes, which I'm going to put under there. So yeah, we've got a whole bunch of different codes and stuff like that will keep those doldrums out. And I think you can even start your own account for free on Live Reacting and just play your own games, I think, in a test mode, just by yourself or with friends. So there's always that option too. We'd better call it a night. Thank you so much, Steve, again for joining us again.
Thank you.
Always love to have you along, and your knowledge as well was prolific, and to have you playing along there as well, and coming forth as well. I mean, that's always good fun. So it's good to see you knowing your stuff and putting the challenge on out there for Rhiannon, who also did great in that guessing
Smashed
game
it.
for the animals.
She has smashed it.
She really knows her stuff. So yeah, I think we'll be in talks. If not, so that we can get some of those donuts, it would be so that we can get you on
God, I
board
want
here.
donuts
So
so
you can
bad.
ask some quiz questions.
Donuts so bad.
Steve, I was going to say, if you have, I'd love to have a game of Scene Stealers with you at some point. So I'll play the stinger on the intro. So if you do know any scenes that you would like to, just about 5 scenes that you can grab, then all we do is we come on here and you would ask me and Saul or whoever is playing with us to ask to read those dialogue pieces out, and we have to guess what film it is, and obviously the players at home do as well. But this would be your stinger if you do that. So
That was fun. That was a bit of fun. Yeah.
Exactly, it's a bit of fun. It's a bit of it's noise. It's different. It's noise. Yeah.
Yes, very nice.
Awesome. Do check out some of the videos. Not too sure how long they'll be on YouTube. My YouTube channel. We've got Let the Blood Run Free, which had Jean Kitson, not Rebecca Gibney. I apologise, Watch It Wombat, that I got that wrong last time.
Jean Kitson.
Yes, Jean Kitson.
She's playing my mum in a show.
Is she?
Well, it's like we're in the pilot stage.
Yeah. Cool, awesome. Well, I was about to
the
say
local.
we're running. It's 7 minutes past 10 now. We're gonna let you guys go home, but Steve, do stick around just for a second. I just want to say another personal thank you.
Of course.
And of course, looking at the scores tonight, it's easy to see that Steve Maresca has taken it out with 12 points, ladies and gentlemen. Sort of an improvised kind of round there, but I think alone by guessing that card alone gets him the win. I mean, brilliant work. I had to sort of improvise with points and stuff like that too, but great stuff. And we also do have some questions from Better Beat Saw, which came at just the last second there. So next quiz arena, we'll definitely be playing those along there. So thank you so much, Steve.
Thank you, sir. Thank you for having me.
So much, ladies and gentlemen. Everybody else out there, thank you for playing along at home and for typing away. We hope to see you again next Thursday. And until then, rock on, keep it real, and what's it Rove used to always say?
Say hi to your mum for me.
And say hi to your mum for me. See you, kids.